Hi everyone, welcome back to Cottoverdi. My name's Annette and today we've got some super exciting projects to get on with. It's a gorgeous day here in South Buckinghamshire in the UK and we are going to be putting up 2 obelisks in this bed behind me. This is called the top bed. It's just a really random name because it's raised slightly above the patio level that I'm standing on. It's got some sleepers just holding it back, so to speak. This bed actually was the first bed we ever planted in this property. We planted it before we even had a patio here. I just really needed some colour in the garden. I needed something other than this barren landscape. But only a few of those plants still remain in this bed and it's pretty much cleared because I've now got a planting scheme. Rather than a random assortment of plants, I actually have chosen specifically how I want this bed to feel and what I want it to look like, and I want it to tie in with the lower bed on the patio that we planted in an earlier video this year. You can find that on my YouTube channel if you're interested. But the first thing we're going to do is put up these obelisks that we have been kindly semi-gifted. We had a lovely discount from Harrod Horticultural. Now Harrod Horticultural also gifted us this arch here. If you haven't seen that video, it's hysterical because we found it quite tricky to put the arch up. Not because the arch is difficult, but just because our situation is difficult. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, do give it a watch if you want to have a laugh. I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot more straightforward today to put these obelisks up, and they are going on level ground, so it should be considerably easier. Anyway, let's start with putting the obelisks up, and then I'm going to talk you through the plants that we're going to grow up them and how I'm going to plan this bed, or how I've planned the bed, and show you the plants that we're putting in. I'm hoping we can get it all done today. If I don't manage to get it all done today, then we'll do 2 separate videos, one putting up the obelisks and planting them, and then the next video will be us planting up this bed. I'm hoping I can get it all done today. Anyway, let's get on with putting up the obelisks. Now the obelisks we've chosen are the grand steel pyramid obelisks from the Southwold collection at Harrod Horticultural, and I will put a link to them in the description below if you're interested. But unfortunately I don't have a discount code or anything like that, but they are fantastic obelisks. They're made here in Suffolk in the UK. Not here, I don't live in Suffolk, I live in Buckinghamshire, but they're made here in the UK and they are hot dipped to galvanise them and protect them from rust. They've got a 25-year structural guarantee, and they've got this really lovely hand-etched patina to them. Let me show you. So this is the ball that's going on top of the obelisk. It's, you know, really nice and weighty, but this is the patina, and I just think it's so beautiful. It's kind of grey and chalky, and I just really love it. I think it's going to look absolutely fantastic in my garden. I think it's just perfect. I've got enough sort of black structures and I really wanted something with this lovely patina. Look how gorgeous that is. Anyway, the whole obelisk has this patina. So these obelisks are 2.5 metres tall and 77 centimetres wide at the bottom, at the base. So they're really, you know, significant structural focal points. And actually what we've got is we've got 4 of them. So 2 are going in this top bed and then 2 are going opposite them in what we call the bottom bed, surprisingly enough. So the bed at the very bottom of our garden, not up against the wall, but just away from the wall. So those, I don't know whether we'll get a chance to put those up today, but they'll be in a future video. But we've got 4 matching obelisks and I just think it's going to look incredible. I can't wait. So this is how they come. This is one obelisk base and then 1 set of poles that go up the side. And then over here, these are the rings that go around them. Obviously the ball that goes on the top, and there's a top cap. Instructions, nuts and bolts, that sort of thing. Let's get started. To get a ladder. I say we, that's the royal we. Richard's gone to get a ladder. Look at that. I'm so happy. I can't tell you how happy I am. Would it just be easier for you to use this one and me to give up? I've got the wrench stuck.
Oh. It'd be quicker if I do it all done. I had.
Fine, you do it all.
So.
We haven't got enough tools, so we're squabbling over the one ratcheted Allen key, which if you don't know how to use the Allen key, so Allen keys you have to turn the whole thing around, but if you've got a ratcheted one you just have to twist it a little bit. Maybe I'll show you a close-up. And also we only have, do we really only have one small spanner? Yes. So we only have one small spanner and the other one's absolutely enormous. So Richard says it's going to be a lot faster if he does it himself, rather than me doing it with the fancy stuff and him. He keeps dropping the rubbish Allen key, he keeps dropping that one. So let me show you the ratcheted Allen key, and I'll put a link in the description below if you're interested. A ratcheted Allen key, they're wonderful. So this is a normal Allen key and you have to turn it the whole way around. And then this is the ratcheted one and you just have to, it's so much easier and faster. It makes so much sense. Obviously they're a little bit more expensive, but definitely worth it. Well, that's the first one finished and I cannot tell you how happy I am. I can't decide whether to put that one where it's going and then do the next one, or do the next one first and then have the joy of placing them both. I think we'll do the next one first and then we'll place them both afterwards. Okay, 2 obelisks have been built and we are now going to move them into position in this bed here. They're quite heavy, so we're going to have to do it together. This is the best angle that I can get because I've got shrubs in the way of other views. So I tried to do it so that you'd be able to see exactly how we're positioning them, but I'll try and give you an overview once they're in place. And on each of the obelisks, I'm planting a rose called Blush Noisette. This is it here. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've got buds already. So these came as bare roots, and we've had them in these pots since they arrived. So it's been a couple of months, but I knew what I wanted to do. So that's why I ordered them as bare roots, and I just pot them up into, you know, peat-free compost and let them sit and make some roots. And this is essentially how they're sold in garden centres now anyway. They'll come in pots. So this rose is absolutely gorgeous. It's got this musky, clovey fragrance, and it has clusters of semi-double blush pinky blooms, and it repeat flowers, so we're going to have blooms all summer long. Hopefully it's very floriferous, and it's going to grow to about 3 meters tall. Gosh, the sun is suddenly very hot. Anyway, let's get planting. To plant the roses, we're going to add some plant food to the planting hole, stick them in and give them a really good water. Much to Richard's annoyance, what I've decided to do is to plant the rose in the middle of the obelisk, because I feel like that way I'll be able to get other plants closer around the outside of it. And you know, it's wasted space if we don't use the centre of the obelisk. So when we're planting roses, it's really important that the graft for the climbing rose is below soil level. So the obelisks are up. I absolutely love them. They're perfect. They're just how I imagined them. I cannot tell you how much joy this is bringing me. I've planted, or we have planted, the royal we've planted the blush noisette roses at the base of the obelisk, and I have got a load of plants to go in this bed, but that's going to be in the next video, or in fact, it might be in the video after Chelsea. It depends how quickly I can get them out, because I'm going to Chelsea. I'm going to press day on Monday, the 20th of May, which is in 2 days' time. And I cannot wait. So there's another video about RHS Chelsea that's coming out soon. So we will be planting up this bed, but we're going to do it tomorrow. And then I just need to edit those videos to get them to you. But look how fantastic these look. I love the patina. I love the coloration. I love the subtle, gentle hues, and although they're these massive steel structures, I do feel like they're very elegant and very gentle whilst being a really nice focal point. I'm going to show you what they look like from the patio side and then also from the far flower bed, because I think those are interesting views, and it's a bit hard to I couldn't really film it that way because there were shrubs in the way. So let me show you those views. So this is how they look from the seating area of the patio. So we've got the Curtis Ilex, 2 holm oaks here, and then another one in the centre. This one's lost a lot of its winter leaves, but it will bush out and fill out. And the obelisks are right in the middle of these 3 trees. So we have centred them quite carefully. But it's hard to film that because of the size of the patio, and because actually I'm standing right next to another holm oak here. So that's kind of in the way of me getting a really good shot. But they really add height to that bed. And as I said, I just really love the patina. Let me show you from the bottom of the garden. But that's it for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see us planting up the bed, which will be the next video, then do subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that. If you have enjoyed the video, give it a like. It really does help me. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.